everyone, welcome back to Ink and Fig. My name is Alex and welcome to a new vlog. I'm happy to say that this week some reading has actually happened. I am officially past the halfway point of perfect on paper. I think I'm just about at page 200. I'm at page 194. So we're getting through it. While we chat, I'm just gonna be working on some cooking. Our main character has been making some terrifying life decisions. We're learning more about everybody though, and frankly, everybody is like a little bit more interesting now. Kind of don't hate Broem as much as I did before. Although he still kind of has like a bit of an attitude problem. He's like being kind of sweet right now, so I'm allowing it. Brooke and her like higher reasoning ability has caused me to start asking some questions. I think she's still fine. She's just like got rose-colored glasses on, as our narrator pointed out. And frankly, I think Darcy's got something going on there. Darcy is not making good life choices. Not sure about her, to be honest. Not sure where she is going with her life. Yeah, so Darcy has been making some choices. I don't want to like spoil the choices that she's making, but like very morally not what I would do. And I think the point of the story is that these choices are bad. Like the story's definitely not, and she is not necessarily defending these choices herself, which I appreciate. But the fact of the matter is she's still making these choices. And this isn't the first time she's made these choices. Brooke's love interest, Raina, is definitely in the story to foil Darcy. Yeah, so Darcy is making some bad decisions, sort of in response to some bad decisions that Raina made. But this isn't the first time that Darcy has made bad decisions, and it is the first time that she's made bad decisions, particularly about the whole Raina situation. So, what does that tell us? Darcy's bad at making life choices, particularly where Brooke is concerned. Meanwhile, more of Broem's backstory is coming out, and he is, if not more likable, which I would argue that he is certainly more interesting now, because like, Mr. Meathead Jock, who's also kind of a dick, is not necessarily what I would consider interesting. So whenever we get a little bit more like character development for a character like that, I'm super into it. So he's more interesting now, which is great. And I don't think this is a spoiler, but he's from Adelaide, which is where a friend of mine is from. So that is kind of cool, because apparently, from what my friend said, there are not a lot of people in Adelaide. So it's kind of cool to like see, or like in the grand scheme of Australia, I guess, there's not a lot of people in Adelaide. Interesting to see someone from the place that my friend is from. His story is certainly getting more interesting, and I'm interested to see sort of where his story goes, because like his whole love situation kind of seems to be finished for the time being. So now we're sort of dealing with like his personal life. So we're working on that, and we're dealing with this whole terrible decision-making thing on Darcy's part. And we're gonna see where all of that goes. Again, I have had this reasonably spoiled for me because I saw this on someone else's channel. So I kind of know more or less where we're going, but I'm interested to see how we get there. So yeah, anyway, I think that's it for Perfect on Paper. I am bound and determined to finish that book this week because honestly, I just want to get it done. It's not the same kind of situation where I'm actively hating it like it ends with us. So it's not that kind of I want to get it done. It's more of an I just want to move on to the next thing, because I do still have Manhunt to do this month, and I am about to either later today or tomorrow film my July TBR, and I'm going to be figuring out what I'm reading next month, and that's going to give me a whole new list of things to get excited about, which is fun, but also I would like to have this list wrapped by then. And I am looking forward to Manhunt. I think I'm sort of, based on the weather, it has been raining like you would not believe the last couple days. And because of the weather, I think I'm in the mood for something kind of a little bit darker, a little bit grittier, kind of the post-apocalyptic vibes that we're going to be getting from Manhunt. Yeah, I'm just going to be spending the next probably half an hour putting together enchiladas out of my various and assorted leftovers here. I have barbecued chicken and barbecued eggplant, which I think I mentioned, and I'm going to be putting all that together with some other stuff that I bought, and I will show you how that turns out. I've never made enchiladas before, but you know, first time for everything. So I think that is about it for me at the moment. I will see you in the next clip, which will hopefully be a picture of a successful tray of enchiladas. Hello, it is Thursday evening. It's dark, so pardon my lighting situation at the moment. We're working with it. I just wanted to give you a brief update. I'm almost done. We're getting there. I think I am 50 pages from the end, which means that I will probably be finishing this tomorrow. I mean, when shit hits the fan, shit hits the fan hard. Oh my god, real life super came to catch up with these folks, and I'm like living for it. I'm really impressed with the writing in this, honestly. Like, I am feeling this, and I am like grieving with the main character about this, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so into it. And I'm like, unfortunately, coming at it from the perspective that I have, being an almost 30-year-old human being, I am now reliving some of the trauma of my high school, and I'm like, man, what if that had turned out worse, kind of thing. So that's been an interesting journey for me while reading this. But this is going well. The person that I have been like idolizing, Brooke over here the whole time, I think also possibly made a questionable move. But you know, we're all teenagers at some point. We're all humans. We're all gonna make mistakes. Anyway, I want to keep this brief because I do need to go to bed. Gonna hopefully be finishing this tomorrow, and then we can get started on Manhunt. I'm really hoping that that is as good as I am hoping that it is, so that I can start and finish it pretty quickly. Yeah, I will see you in the next clip. Hello, it's Friday. We made it. I'm so proud. It's been a very long week, but it's over now. I'm happy to report over the lunch hour, I finished perfect on paper. It is done. The ending was actually kind of cute. I liked it. I think everyone did a lot of growing, and they're better people for it. I think I am satisfied with this read. After all, it was a bit of a, you know, an interesting start, but I think we got through it and it was a good journey, all things considered. So this one, I think, is gonna sit somewhere around 4 stars, 3.5, 4 stars. Mostly again, sort of for like just the YA-ness of it and the fact that that just doesn't jive with me. But also that's like a taste thing, so that's why I'm kind of like leaning more towards a 4, because I think overall it was still pretty good, considering it was a YA. We have 6 days left and I have still Manhunt to read. My reading pace has been slow this month, so that is fine. So I think that Manhunt is probably going to be how I close out the month. And then we'll see, because I did want to reread 6 of Crows. I don't know if that's going to happen, because that is a very long book, and even though I will absolutely slam through it because I love it, I think it's still going to be a very long task. So I don't know that I'm going to get to that, but I am going to get to Manhunt, and we're going to finish that before the month ends. And if I do finish that, I have picked out my TBR for July. I am looking at it right now. And I have an audiobook out from the library that I took out a week early for July, because I was like, oh, you know, I gotta, you know, make sure I have this in my collection, but that only means that I have 2 weeks of July in which to read it, so I gotta kind of get moving on that one. You will have seen that, I think, by now, but I'm not going to spoil my TBR just in case you haven't. So I think my TBR is up by the time this vlog is going up, so I will link that up in the cards so you can take a look. And anyway, I think that's where I'm going to leave it now. I'm going to go edit some videos, read a book, watch some videos and crochet something. I don't know. We'll see where it is. I will see you in the next clip. Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. I'm just sitting down to edit my July TBR, which you will hopefully have seen by now. So that's exciting. I think I, like a lot of people today, are having kind of a hard time just sort of adjusting to the news that came out yesterday. I mean, not to say that we all didn't see it coming, because, I mean, this was leaked a number of weeks ago, right? So it's like, we knew the shoe was gonna drop. We just didn't. I think we were hoping that maybe it wouldn't. I am in Canada, so this doesn't directly affect my country necessarily yet, although my country is by no stretch of the imagination innocent in any way, for a number of reasons, sort of up to and including the fact that we have been secretly sterilizing Indigenous women for years, decades, and no one is calling anybody on that. So we're hardly innocent. I don't even know what to say. Like, I guess it is what it is, right? We're just gonna have to take it sort of one day at a time and fight back in whatever best way we can, which is kind of hard, saying as a Canadian who is absorbing a problem that's happening in a different country than mine. But also, I live in Alberta, so if things are gonna get weird, it's gonna get weird here before it gets weird in the rest of Canada, I guess, right? So yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel. My trauma brain isn't letting me have actual real emotions about this, which I'm sure if you have mental health stuff, you probably understand that also. I am trying to be gentle to myself today, so that's where I'm at. As soon as I'm done editing this video, I'm going to start reading Manhunt, which I find kind of an ironic choice for today, but I'm hoping that there might be some catharsis in it. And alternately, if there isn't and it gets a little too heavy, I am giving myself full permission to DNF that book for now and come back to it when I have some more spoons at my disposal. And I will read something else instead. Possibly get started on my July TBR. Might just read something fun that's not on my active TBR. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say at the moment. Everything just kind of sucks. And everything is just a lot. And I know that we're all feeling a lot. And I just wanted to say that you're not alone in whatever you're feeling. And whatever you're feeling is valid. Unless what you're feeling is joy, in which case I'm gonna go edit my TBR. Hopefully I'll have been funny in that video so I can laugh. And then I'm gonna go read a book, maybe take a bath, maybe just go to sleep for another 50 years. See if things are better when I wake up. Sending as many good vibes your way as I can muster at the moment. Be gentle to yourself. Read something nice. Don't doom scroll. I know you probably are because I am also. Go drink some water. Do something nice for yourself. Do something nice for someone else. And on the plus side, we're all in this together. Hello, it is Sunday. I thought I would come on to wrap up the vlog, let you know sort of where I am at this morning, or this afternoon. I kind of lost track of what time it was. Anyway, I have started Manhunt. I am three chapters in. Initial thoughts, the writing is amazing. It is hard-hitting, pulls absolutely no punches. The voice is incredible. It is third person, so like narrative voice rather than a character voice. That said, the characters so far are pretty strong. I'm enjoying that so far. However, so I thought after the events of earlier this week that perhaps reading something like this would offer some catharsis and like make me feel a little bit better about what's going on in the world right now. I think that perhaps hard-hitting social commentary was not the vibe for catharsis. So this is it's a very difficult read right now just because life is very stressful. So what I have decided, the chapters in this are actually surprisingly short. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to read this slowly, one chapter at a time, and we'll finish it when we finish it. No pressure on me to try to finish this by the end of June. We're just gonna vibe with it slowly or quickly, you know, if things change and if my capacity for heavy things changes, then we will read it more quickly. But I'm just gonna like let this vibe and keep working on it. So it is very good though. I expect that this is probably going to be very high rating at the end. I just need to find sort of the emotional fortitude to actually get through it. So what I am doing simultaneously is I have decided to start reading Siege and Storm because I need to finish the Shadow and Bone trilogy so that I can move on to the King of Scars duology. And I just need escapism right now in a big way, and I'm sure I'm not the only person feeling that. So we're reading this. It is reasonably light, kind of fluffy, still like dark and moody, but reasonably fluffy, and it's hitting the vibe a little bit more for me right now. So this is sort of my main read. Manhunt is my secondary read at the moment. This one I think I am going to see if I can finish by the end of June, and I think I might be able to do it because I'm already almost a quarter of the way through and I only just started last night, which is pretty fast for me. So I think this one is hitting the vibe pretty well. I finally met Sturmhond. He is a sarcastic little shit and I love that. Interested to see where his character goes because I kind of get the vibe from like Tumblr that he's sort of like for lack of better framing, he's sort of like the Kaz Brecker of this series, and I'm kind of into that. Seeing as Kaz was my favorite character from Six of Crows. So hoping that I end up liking this guy. I'm still kind of waiting. So like, interesting thought. I've understood from the fandom recently that everybody hates Mal for some reason, and I'm like, I am personally kind of indifferent to him in the books. He's better in the show for sure, in my opinion anyway. I actually kind of liked his character in the show, but apparently people just hate him in the books, and I'm like, why? So I'm kind of interested to see like if the other shoe on that is gonna drop. See why everyone hates him so much. We will see. Darkling is still trash. I am enjoying it, and it's been nice and light. Aside from that, I am in the middle of crocheting a top that I'm pretty excited about. So I'm following a pattern from another YouTuber here. I'm going to link her video in the description box below so you can go check it out. It's basically just like a cropped tank top kind of situation. And I've chosen to do it in forest green. My thought being, if it's cute, I can wear it as a tank top in the summer and then double it up as a vest in the winter. Also watching other people's July TBRs, seeing what they're reading this month. My TBR went live earlier today, so you will have probably seen that, and I will link that up in the cards if I haven't already earlier in the video. And I think that is it for this week. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Comment me an emoji of your choice. I don't have the brain to pull up an option for you, so just send whatever it is you're feeling. Subscribe down below if you have not already, because we're getting up all kinds of interesting things in the near future. Actively posting things right now. I'm gonna be doing the mid-year freakout tag soon, so stay tuned for that. And I'm gonna be wrapping up my June TBR shortly at the beginning of July here, so you can get my full thoughts on everything that I have read and completed this month, including whichever or both of these that I'm currently working on. And don't forget to follow me on all of my socials at Ink and Fig, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.